Hi, I'm Janks, and I've been an exercise specialist for over 30 years. My journey into breathwork didn't begin in a classroom, nor in a workshop. It actually began in my 20s when I was a Navy diver, and some of my mates were spear fishermen and introduced me to it. I didn't have any techniques. I just simply copied my mates, took a couple of deep breaths before a dive, dived down, waited for the fish to pass my trajectory, boom, shoot the fish. And I was enthralled at this awesome experience of hunting underwater. Little did I know that this was my first introduction to the power of breathwork. Life, as it does, takes drastic turns, and for myself, it was a devastating injury I suffered whilst in the Navy. In a diving accident, I crushed 3 vertebrae in my neck. Surgeons told me I would never lead an active life again. I just couldn't accept this. So I moved to London and sought out experts in rehabilitation and found Paul Check, who gave me the tools to not only rehabilitate myself, but it also gave me a career change, and I became a personal trainer, applying the techniques that I had used on myself to help other people. Over 3 decades, I harnessed my skills as a trainer, but all through that time, breathwork wasn't really a big part of my life. That changed as I discovered Wim Hof about 8 years ago through the big wave surfer Laird Hamilton, who was raving about this crazy Dutchman who could expose himself to cold temperatures, dive under the ice, and climb Mount Everest in a pair of shorts. So I embarked on doing the Wim Hof breathing method, and I loved the way it challenged me with the big breaths, the long breath holds. And at that time, it was just, for me, all about the breath hold time. I didn't really understand the emotional and spiritual benefits that breathwork could give me. And I sort of fell out of practice with doing it. And then COVID arrived. Well, I didn't decide, hey, I'm going to reintroduce the Wim Hof breathing because I know that it enhances your immunity. So there I was, back on the Wim Hof breathing, this time not for the breath holds, but for the immune response that it gives you. And I started introducing my clients to it. One of my clients, the legend Royce Brennan, was doing it after every session. And back then when he started, he was doing 30-second holds. And these days, he's upwards into the 3.5, going up to 4-minute breath holds, which is remarkable. Now, I haven't been as diligent as Royce with the breath holds, but simply observing the benefits that the breath holders had on Royce has been really phenomenal. Adversity struck me again. I suffered a brain injury and almost lost my life. But it wasn't the experience of going through the brain injury. It was watching my wife, who had to deal with the stress of witnessing me have multiple seizures and almost dying in front of her. She did breath hold workshops, somatic breathing, and I noticed how it calmed her, it softened her, and it helped her deal with the stress that this trauma inflicted on her. My wife has inspired me, so I looked into breath work and started doing the breathless training through Johannes. And only a week and a half into the breath work, my 10-year-old son comes to me and says, "Dad, I really like what this breath work has done for you. You've become a kinder, nicer dad." How cool is that? So why does breathwork matter to me? It's not about performance or resilience. It's about how to reconnect with myself and how to be a better version and calmer and nicer version for the people who I love. I spent my life being passionate about fitness, nutrition, and movement. But breathwork is the key pillar that I've been missing. It's the catalyst that brings in all the elements of well-being together. Not only am I living a fit, good movement and eating good food, but the breathing brings me into a grounded, calm state, just allowing me to be a better version of myself for others. And that is why I'm committed to deepening this practice for myself. In a world that is suffering with anxiety and depression, imagine if we can collectively learn to breathe. Breathwork matters to me. It's softened me, it's healed me, it's connected me to the ones I love, and I believe that I can share this gift of breathwork with so many people, one breath at a time.